Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to Sunday. Welcome to Random Pick Day, my favourite day of the week. Now, for the past couple of episodes, 2 weeks running, I've done Siri choosing my squad episodes on a couple of different sort of tasks. We went with the slowest last week, and the week before that we went with the quickest. So I'm going to move away from that today, and I've just set some pretty expensive boundaries of like, it was either 100 to 300 or 200 to 300,000 coins, just so we can get someone expensive in and test some different players. And I think the most interesting player on that page is the legend, Robbie Fowler. So that's who I've gone with as my first random pick player today. Now on page number 7, we've got a lot of great options, but again, I spot this blue Mertens and I'm like, ooh, I've used different versions of Mertens along the way, and I know this one's got 93 pace and 90 shooting. Surely he's going to be good, right? I can stick him next to Fowler up front in like a 4-3-2-1. It will be marvellous. So I decided that that was a good option today to go for Mertens. And then on page number 11, I spot another colourful player in the terms of orange and blue, Tolisso, man of the match. Tolisso looks amazing, a member of Club 80. He's got the likes of 88 physical, 85 passing, ridiculous looking card, 85 rated. So those are my 3 random pick players today. I picked Tolisso up for 225. That's a bit expensive. He's gone up in price somewhat. But Robbie Fowler for a legend is really, really cheap, 128k. And don't forget, legends basically discard for like 110k or something, so there's no risk in getting a player like that really. You're hardly going to lose any coins. You could just discard them and get your coins if you can't sell him. And then I picked Mertens up for like 260, and we're golden and we can move on into our squad. So I had a little thought of I wanted a 4-3-2-1 to get Mertens up as far as possible. Obviously he's going to link to Robbie Fowler because he'll link to anyone, and we can just branch off from there. So I start with the 4-3-2-1 and I put my players into their places. Left forward for Mertens, out and out striker for Robbie Fowler, and then right centre mid for Tolisso. Although I could have put him in the middle because you'll see the full squad in just a second. But backbone, hunter and sniper, I decided to just use the chem styles that they came with today. And this is the little team that I put together. It's a really nice squad, I think. We start off with my favourite goalkeeper in the game, that is the blue team of the group stage, Farman. Same card design, of course, as Mertens, but he's got a dynamic image. We've then got 2 Germans at centre-back in different leagues, though. We've got Mustafi from the Premier League, and then the C-man of the match, or E-man of the match, whatever they're called, Benedict Huvedes. I've then got SBC Bellerin, as well as the 84 rated Alexandro. So that makes up quite a nice defence. We've then got workhorses in the midfield of Alan from Napoli to get a link up to Mertens. And then the 86 rated, just regular Matuidi to get a French trio link going on with Tolisso and Thauvin, or Touvan, however you say his name, later on. I'll show you in a bit. But this is our first random pick player. Member of Club 80, like I said, really, really good stats. Hopefully Tolisso will show and prove to be a good player today. We then got Touvan. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Touvan, I think that's how you say his name. 86 rated. Got a ridiculous card just after having a couple of informs. I love that that happens on FIFA this year. And then Mertens, 87 with 93 pace, 91 dribbling, 90 shooting, 87 passing. Well, they're Messi-like stats there on an 87 rated item. And then we have Robbie Fowler, legend of course, one of the top scoring Premier League goals, like especially from a young age and stuff. What a great player he is. His card on FIFA is kind of lacking somewhat, obviously. 83 pace, 83 shooting, but only 81 dribbling, and that's kind of about it. And he is that entry level rating. The lowest rated legends we have, of course, are 86. So that's the squad, and I think it looks really nice. A nice sort of rainbow squad. We've got lots of different colours and stuff in there. So that's cool. We can move on into the... oh, actually, no. Before we move into the goals, this is what I could potentially do in game. And now that it's a post-commentary, I did this probably about 50% of the time, sometimes a little bit more. I would start the game off in the 4-3-2-1, but then potentially change it up to my favoured 4-1-2-1-2 in-game. Because I knew that I could get Mertens involved a bit more then. Tolisso would be that centre mid when he knows he's got someone behind him, and that helps out, of course. And I think it played better in the 4-1-2-1-2 because the midfield is just better set, I think, in my opinion. It just works better. Yeah, you have that DM that sits back. You have the out-and-out cam as well. I don't know. that works for me and works for a lot of the pro FIFA players this year on FIFA as well. Lots of people in the weekend league rocking that 4-1-2-1-2. They really do, and I think that's all because the pros use it and have definitely shown it off over the past few months. But we're on to the goals that we got with Robbie Fowler now, and what I've got to say about Robbie Fowler is that obviously you can tell by the stats that he's not the greatest card in the world, but he's got a bit of a left foot on him and he knows where the back of the net is. I mean, that's very relatable to how he was as a footballer. He knew where the back of the net was. He's got a hell of a left foot on him. And I scored some pretty good goals. He's a nice clinical player. He holds the ball up well on the edge of the box and felt quite strong when I'm sure his physical's not that high. But he seemed to hold off the defenders quite well. But I seem to also play the ball through a bit more to the likes of Mertens and Torvan and other players that were making slightly better runs than him. That's the one thing that Fowler doesn't necessarily do. He's a good target man and holds the ball up, but he doesn't he doesn't win headers, so he's not the greatest target man. But what he does do is just really hold that ball well, and you can buy time with that. And then other players start making runs, such as Dries Mertens here, and obviously you're going to score goals from that. And he was definitely my main goal scorer. I scored a couple of banging free kicks as well. Look at that. A lovely free kick from the Belgian maestro. And I did that twice. You'll see it in a moment. I did it twice or 3 times. I can't remember. But he turned out to be my top scorer, easily more than a goal a game. In fact, I think he averaged about 2 goals a game. He was that good. Really amazing positioning. Just such a sick card. 87 rated, of course. It's like a mid-level inform for him because he's got like a couple below that and a couple above it. So, but this is the only one that's out on the wing. So it means you can play about and make different teams and stuff like that, which is, of course, quite interesting. And I really like the team of the group stage item, like with the football and the blue and the white. It's a really nice looking card, and yeah, the stats go along with it with Mertens. We score this one as well, not quite as far out that time, but still I just worked out that I could go slightly to the right of the wall, put the power on it, like 2.5 bars, so I knew it wouldn't go over, and then like curl it back, and it seemed to go in the back of the net quite often. But really on the last shoulder of the defender, especially when I changed that formation and did put him up front. But even out on the left-hand side, like if you put instructions on him to get in behind and stuff, then he's going to just going to wait on that defender and hope someone plays a ball over, or hope Robbie Fowler picks it up, holds that ball well, and slots it through for him to run on through against the goalkeeper. And when he is one-on-one, I think he's one of the best players on this game at sticking the ball in the back of the net. Low-driven shots are really nice. I hit the finesse button when I do it as well. And, of course, he can score the odd banger as well. So that was the clips, and I really enjoyed this team today. I wasn't playing the greatest FIFA, but I was definitely scoring goals, even if I was conceding a few as well. My defence was pretty good. The worst player out of the whole lot was definitely Mustafi. Now, Benedict Huverdes was actually a very nice player. Under 30k for a nice colourful item as well. I rate him a lot. I'd play him next to Jerome Boateng all day long. And in fact, I might do that in one of my next squads because I'm getting bored of Inform Vogt. And I'm sure you guys are as well. Alan, Matuidi and Tolisso in the midfield. It might be a little bit too stacked of workhorses. We might need someone more creative in there as well. I was hoping Tolisso would be that guy, considering he's got good stats everywhere, but he just sort of wasn't. I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10, which is an average to above average rating, but I feel like the regular Tolisso would play like that. So a 2.5 star value for money for me. I know he's a member of Club 80, but he just didn't feel that amazing, which was a slight disappointment because I think the card looks amazing. It really does. But yeah, he's let me down somewhat. Maybe if he gets a team of the season, we'll see how good he is then. The Inform Tovan was actually very good as well. He's a nice creative player that we definitely needed in the squad. But Robbie Fowler, he gets a 3.5 star value for money, which is not too bad. That's way above average because he's a super cheap legend. But you can get strikers for around 130k, which are much better than him. He gets an 8 out of 10 because I think he, like I said a few times already in this video, holds the ball up really well. And he is clinical, but he's just not one of those, oh my god, this is the best striker I've ever used. Mertens, however, is kind of nearly that guy. He is ridiculous on this game. I disconnected in one of my games, so it's actually 4 games, 7 goals, 2 assists. Very, very impressive there. 4.5 star value for money for me, and a 9.5 out of 10 because he just blew me away with how amazing he was in game. 4.5 star instead of 5 star out of value for money, just because obviously that's quite a lot of money to spend. But I think you're getting a cheap Messi for that price. Like, I really do. He's an insane player. So, that's been the random pick for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favour and smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. Hope you have a lovely Sunday. Relax. Take it easy. You know, just have a break because you deserve it. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.